What's up, everyone? Khalil here. Do some Firesearch results real quick. Put this in the newsletter for my little surfing section. So welcome back for any of my subscribers that come to this regularly. Appreciate you guys. I think today we want to talk about cool tool consolidation. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Tool consolidation, and maybe I'll get more specific with AI tool consolidation and canceling subscriptions and stuff like that. What I'm trying to do is just kind of see, look, consolidation in AI tools, fragmented cell stack issues. Again, trying to see and just anticipate like what's happening in the culture right now around tools and subscriptions, more so from that SaaS tool perspective. So for those who aren't aware, basically what happened is that I believe someone generated a ChatGPT markdown file that had like legal advice for a business, and the powers that may be at this said business seen that markdown file and literally was like, well, why do we pay for like LegalZoom or whatever or something like that, and basically canceled it. And overnight, it seemed like a lot of the SaaS tools and a lot of the companies that are traditionally like run those SaaS tools, they just lost like billions of dollars in value. So again, being a SaaS tool owner and in this AI space, you get a little weary or just honestly, I had a little bit of a panic, not even gonna lie. But what it was really around was understanding that since ChatGPT became mainstream, probably over the last 24 to 36 months or so, you had just a tremendous amount of new tools and new things being put out there in the market, but a lot of them are just SaaS, ChatGPT, Anthropic wrappers. And what that means is that someone builds a good interface, user interface. The back end that's charging that tech is typically just an API tap into one of the large language models, right? That's not the case here with Nichefire. So what I did today is I wanted to just kind of see if we could pull up some examples of what is happening there and just use the Firesearch to see like right now what are some of those conversations that are happening there. Because you're talking about some really giant companies that are being impacted by this right this second. You think of Adobe, you think of Salesforce, right? Like these companies are all being challenged right now because and not because of and this isn't happening because of the markdown file thing, though. This is just the realization of AI and agents. And now teams are understanding that you can create agents to do a lot of the work that some of these said SaaS tools do. So decision fatigue and fast, investor SaaS, there we go. SaaS apocalypse is unfolding. I just think it's interesting to call those type of things out and show those type of things that are happening. And the cool thing is that, again, from my posts in this newsletter is the idea of just like that army of one. Not to say that teams should, staff their teams with less people or anything like that. I just think the ability to do more is more apparent than it ever have been, what will be for the future, right? Like I think that how do I explain this stuff with the agent stuff? Like, remember when we had the internet, but then we found out about like instant messenger, or oh no, that's not a good example. That's kind of weak. It's like we had the internet, then we got the cell phone, but then we got the smartphone, and then we got the iPhone. Like it's like kind of like that part of it. That evolution of that process is literally the same thing that's happening here now. And again, I think that it's causing a lot of people to move away from those traditional SaaS tools. But yeah, I mean, like, let me see. The SaaS apocalypse unfolding, trend captures, escalating fears, AI disruption in the SaaS industry. Regenerative AI tools like advanced large language models are automating software development. That piece there is what's interesting right now. Customer support, white collar tasks, traditionally powered by SaaS platforms. Now it's funny. I built an OpenClaw agent. I built the OpenClaw agent to go inside of Nichefire and do research. So I know for a fact that we have inroads into more agentic things happening within the Nichefire tool. But what saves us is really the moat that we built. We got the data sources, the models that we're trained on, and then Nichefire is thirsty for data, right? We want more data sources. We want more areas so we can see examples and connect the dots to that culture is one piece. Second piece is that model. Like, again, the models that we built to power our tool were built over time. A lot of people may not know, we started this company in 2016 and 2015. Leading up to that, we've been collecting data and building up training data to build our models to do what they do now. So that's an advantage to us as well. And then I think secondly is just our position, right? I wrote it down. Let me pull it up. I put it up and just kind of see like what is that verbatim that we could use or to help drive home of like what exactly we are inside the organizations. But it's really simple. Is Nichefire's cultural foresight is a cultural foresight operating system embedded into product marketing and R&D decision cycles. Right? So it's not SaaS, it's none of those things. It's a cultural foresight operating system. And when I started thinking about our tool from that perspective, that's exactly what it is, because we're able to kind of help you see like what's happening in the now, so that you can produce those ideas or understand those behaviors that are emerging now that will lead into a opportunity or behavior or something telling into the future. So I'll get off my soapbox there. The Nichefire tool is just very powerful, and for the little surfing section, I figured that we'll just start showcasing this. So again, anybody have any requests or specific themes, right, that I could use for a month? Like I could come in every week and run that test or run that theme or campaign through the Firesearch. And what I'm thinking about is like, is it sneakers for 1 month? Is it, whatever. Micro SaaS and AI agents. Yeah, this is interesting. So much happening, y'all. So much happening, but because of it, you need a tool like Nichefire so we can help you see what matters the most before you end up going down the rabbit hole of some tabloids or something like that. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next newsletter. Peace.